everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Digital Bath Podcast. It's us, your boys, your loved ones, your friends. I'm Nick, that's Jesse, Dakota's in front of me, and to my right is Kris. Welcome back. You like the intro?
I thought you were gonna call me a hyena.
No, I'm not calling you hyena.
I appreciate if you would not dead name me.
I would appreciate you if you stopped talking like that.
I'm no longer a human, man.
Today we're gonna be...
Hyena!
Oh.
Joel did ask me, he's like, who the fuck is El Hyena?
It's the garbage person.
I was like, you never met him, you would know.
Yeah, that's true.
You're new to our podcast.
I became a trash animal.
Today we'll be talking about conventions and our experience with conventions. 3 of us in this room have been to at least one. The man to my right with the big old bushy beard has never been to a convention. And we're going to make fun of him about that.
Stop doing the El Hyena face.
Listen to me, I've never been to the conventions. I'm like an 80s Western villain where it was a white guy.
Al Pacino and like... and like Cheech Marin put together, like
He's sitting here with this like half-cocked like grimace, just like,
don't make fun of me.
He looks like Robert De Niro when he's like
just living,
Yeah.
Robert De Niro as he lives his life.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Okay, I'm sick of it.
If it drives you crazy, that means
Okay.
it works.
Yes.
So I need to continue.
Before we get started,
Let's christen the episode, boys. We're all popping tops today.
No bottles today.
No clinking of the beverages.
are these ever going to smell good?
Recycle your drinks or your cans.
I'm drinking a Limerita today, a sparkling
Recycling your
margarita.
drink. A sparkling margarita.
Yes.
Recycling your drinks is not a good idea, by the way.
Chris,
Because I said that out loud and then I regretted
What'd you bring us? What is this?
This is Cape Line.
Sparkling cocktails.
Sparkling, cocktails.
Brought to you by the hyena.
El Hyena.
El hyena.
El Hyena.
Yeah, L, not La. I'm not a female hyena, you weirdos.
Okay. So, conventions. We're going to get straight into the topic today.
Democratic conventions.
No, Republican National Convention.
I was thinking convictions, like, this is what I stand for, but you guys are talking about something totally different, so I'm ready. I don't have any of those, and I've never been to one of those, so we're good to go.
Like a more conventional thing than that.
Stop. So, the one that we've been to the most, at least myself, Jesse, and Dakota.
That's the 3 people that have been to them.
Right. Well, that's why I said at least. Okay?
Okay.
Planet Comic-Con.
Oh, I bet you're going to say My Little Pony.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, Comic-Con. That's a good one.
Uh-huh.
Can.
Planet Comic-Con. This is the comic convention that's in Kansas City. And it's been going around, how long was it? It was just the 25th?
Yeah, at least 20 years.
20 years, maybe? Yeah.
Holy It has become the largest comic book convention in the Midwest.
I believe so. I think so, yeah. It's the more years we've gone, the bigger and bigger it's gotten, the more and more
Just
people
like
have
me.
showed up. Poor Dakota. It's okay, buddy. You're working on it.
Kill me.
Is this the heaviest you've ever been?
How much weight have you lost?
Right now is the heaviest you've ever been in your
No,
life.
you've lost weight
Well,
since
like
you've
a
been...
week and a half ago was the heaviest I'd ever been. About 7 pounds down.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I
Congratulations.
can see it in your face.
No, you can't.
Well, I can see the conviction in your face.
The desperation.
The convention in your face.
Yeah. Nick's
All
been
right.
working out too.
Yeah,
Just
10 pounds.
Hungry all the time.
10 pounds
I
today.
bought Ring Fit Adventure, so hopefully that'll get me where I want to be.
Dude, I've watched people play that game. It actually looks pretty damn fun.
Do you want to watch me play that game?
No.
Oh, okay.
I want to play it with you.
You can stream it to the audience.
I will.
Oh, actually, that'd be fucking hilarious. You guys want to see Jesse play a workout game on the Switch?
Why would that be hilarious, Nick? You don't think it'd be cool?
No.
Okay, you're right.
It'll be cool. It'll be fine.
I kind of stay the same. I don't really fluctuate.
It just depends how many
Well,
organs
the
you have
poop-
at the time.
The poopies you take doesn't really allow you to do much. So.
No.
How many years have we been going to Planet Comic-Con?
We'll
Gosh.
take the 7 years we've been in this room since we started recording today at about 6 years.
At about 6 years?
Mm-hmm.
You've been going to conventions for 13 years?
Yeah, that doesn't make
Are
sense.
you saying 7 plus 6 or 6 total?
Yeah, so about like 6 years.
I've been going since about 2011, so 9 years now.
Oh shit!
My first convention was actually Anime Expo in LA. So,
I thought you went to NakaCon with me before that.
no, that was after.
It was after.
That was after.
Okay. Yeah, I used to go to NakaCon a lot. The first NakaCon I went to was in 2007. And it was still pretty big, but at the time not as big as it is now. It's in the Overland Park Convention Center, and they got to the point where they were getting very big voice actors there, and then they just started to go downhill when Planet Comic-Con really started to take off. And Planet Comic-Con is now really big in the voice actors, not only in just video games, but anime as well. Mm-hmm. Of course, you have your big actors that show up. You know, they've had Stephen Amell from Arrow. They've had Jason Momoa from Aquaman, Stan Lee, William Shatner. They've had a ton of people from all the different Star Trek shows. Brent Spiner.
Peter Mayhew.
Peter Mayhew, yep, he's been there.
Him.
Chewbacca.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Lou Ferrigno.
Peter Mayhew is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Lou Ferrigno, the original Hulk. I mean, yeah, the list goes on. And I love conventions, not only because I'm a giant nerd and I like just being around nerd culture, but the experience to go and see all these awesome people do these crazy cosplays. And if you don't know what a cosplay is, it's basically a costume play. It's the play on a character that person loves, and they make a complete costume to look exactly like them.
You say cosplay.
Cosplay.
Yeah. That's different than I've ever heard it in my life.
Cosplay?
Cosplay. Yeah, I've always heard cosplay. Like it's all one like flowy word, but you guys are like cosplay.
That's because it's cosplay.
Right. How do you say it? Throw it out there, Dakota.
I say cosplay.
Oh! 2 for 2! Fuck you guys, you're not the best.
I've actually never heard anyone call it cosplay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm over here like, this dude, is he?
He's also northern, so.
It's also spelled cosplay.
I mean, we could have a whole podcast about things that are spelled a certain way and pronounced another.
On Halloween, when I get dressed up in my costume, don't say shit to me, okay?
Costume.
That's the same argument as like GIF and GIF.
Whoa.
Pisses me
That
off.
is not the same.
I know.
One's correct.
Right.
Yeah, you're trying to take the low road here. You're going to say, it's actually GIF.
No.
Oh, okay, good.
It is GIF.
Okay, good.
What's your favorite? Why do you guys go to cosplay? Or cosplay conventions? Why do you guys go to conventions?
For me, it's just a way to get away from everything for a while. You're around usually like-minded people that are into nerdy shit. Planet Comic-Con specifically has gotten lots of great stars over the last few years. And now it's just, the more I go to them, it's just fun to get away and I think enjoy yourself, not get too wrapped up in an everyday life.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, for me, part of it honestly is because, I mean, for most of my teenage and adult life, comics have been a very mainstream thing. And knowing of comics has been a very mainstream thing. So for me, it's cool to actually, you know, I love having all the big stars there, but also just to get back to like the book, you know, the comic books and the nerdy shit that's not just what you can go to like the movie theater and see, and just some of the stuff that came from the, you know, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, that stuff.
Like Kris.
Yeah, he was
from the 80s.
Born in there somewhere.
81.
60s, 70s.
81.
But yeah, just to be around
81.
just to be around like the non-movie nerdy stuff is really cool, just to get your hands on it and see it and touch it and kind of see where a lot of stuff came from.
Right. Oh yeah, and that's where all that shit came from.
Mm-hmm.
Comic books, man. It's crazy what it's blown up into over the years. Obviously, a lot of people know that stuff for its movies and TV now, but comic books itself has seen a resurgence since a lot of the movies and stuff started to release. Mm-hmm. And because of that, so have conventions. They've grown and grown and grown. San Diego Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con. I mean, they just get bigger and bigger every year. More and more people go and they sell out quicker. It's absolutely insane. I would love to go to one of those just to experience it once. I don't know if I'd want to wait in line for anything, or because I feel like that I would have to dedicate an entire day for that one thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm never going to go to a Comic-Con.
Why is that?
Well, I don't like people. There's a bunch of them there. I don't like smelly people.
Con-funk is a real thing.
There's a bunch of them there.
Con-funk is a real thing, my man. Ugh.
I don't like when I don't know who people look like.
It's tough for you.
So someone
Is that because of Nom?
Yeah. So someone comes up to me and they're an asshole in a costume. And then later they come up to me, and they're different. And I'm like, oh, you're a cool guy. And they're like, ha, bullshit, I was Deadpool, fuck you. Then I'd be mad. Because, like, earlier I was like, fuck you, asshole.
Is this a made-up scenario in your head?
Yeah.
Because you've never been to a fucking convention.
Right, that's what I'm saying, though. Is someone comes up to me and they're like, and they're like, I'll beat your ass, get away from me, or something like that. Because, you know.
So you think people will just come up to you and, like,
harass you?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, because I would be dressed up like a Mortal Kombat character, probably.
Oh, okay. So you in this situation, you have partaken in the cosplay.
I'm rolling up like Ermac, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And some Deadpool's like, yo.
But you want to dress up and have no one talk to you.
Yep.
That's
don't
the
dress
opposite of like what
I don't
people
want
dress
any,
up
like
for.
that. You can come by and be like, hey, Ermac, cool costume. I'll be like, all right, cool. But then when they're like,
Technically, it's not appropriate because Ermac in MK11, as you may know.
and then I would get pissed off and I'd be like, Deadpool, get the fuck out of my face. And then later, Deadpool takes off his costume, comes back out, and he's like, hi.
I've actually never gotten anything but very positive and uplifting comments from the costumes that we wore.
Hey, you gotta realize
that's because your cosplays are so great.
well, you gotta realize most people are using what they can to dress up. Not everyone's a professional cosplayer when they go to these events. So a lot of people just respect that you love the character and want to be that character. So if I saw someone in an Ermac getup, whether it was a grade A tier or just something that they put together, I'd say, hey, love Ermac. That's awesome.
Okay. So nix that one off. Okay, we'll take that one off.
Oh, okay.
How much does food cost while you're at the cons?
A lot.
Right. So it's like movie theater prices, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's higher.
Depending.
Yeah, depending.
Okay. So let me say, okay, Planet Comic-Con, fine. Kansas City.
Sure.
Okay. Not that bad. Not a long trip.
Right.
It's
You could go for a day if you wanted.
It's like an hour for us.
Yeah.
Why would you go for a day when it costs like $59 for a day versus not as much if you go 3 days, right? You get a better deal if you buy all 3 days.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, it's cheaper
I don't know
technically
how
if you
much it is per
buy
day.
it.
It's about 50 a day, I think.
Well,
if you go.
it's depending on the day. Saturday's the most expensive day.
Okay.
It's like $90 if you go.
Here's what I was thinking the other day.
Okay.
Yesterday, probably. So let's say you're going to go to San Diego Comic-Con, which
Okay.
is
The
big
Mecca.
The
Yeah.
big
The Mecca, yeah.
Okay, so you're going to travel in a car with 5 people. Four people. Probably 4 people.
Fuck that.
I've
not
done
me.
this.
I'm
I've
gonna
actually
fly.
done what you were talking about.
Are you 4 people?
We went 1, 2, 3. There were 6 of us. It was a
In
van.
a van.
Oh yeah, it was. Oh yeah, it was Danny.
Bunch of people.
Okay.
All right, so you're driving in a van. That is a few thousand miles from where we are.
Yeah, it was a long ride.
So how much was the gas per person?
Per person,
Per
I
person.
think it was like $70.
$70. So we're at $70. We haven't got to the convention yet.
Correct.
Did you pay for 3 days?
Yes.
How much was that?
Well, that was 2011. I want to say that was like probably $100.
Okay, so it's $100. So you're at 170. Haven't walked in the door yet.
Correct.
Right. So then you got to stay in a hotel room,
Yes.
and you're staying with 6 people.
Yes.
How much is a hotel room for 3 days for you, not for 6 people?
Oh, just if it was a singular room?
No. I'm saying you're staying
Your
with 7.
cut.
You're staying with
My
6
cut.
people. Your cut.
My cut came up to like $40, I think.
$40 for. Wow, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's.
So
So
you
you're at,
changed my whole perspective.
no, that's not.
You know what? I will
go. We're still at $210.
That's correct.
And you haven't stepped foot inside of the place yet.
That is correct. This was a planned trip,
Right.
obviously.
You're doing it. You're
Yeah.
going for it.
Yeah.
I'm not here to.
He saved
I'm-
up.
I said I'm not here to shit
Which
on it.
convention
I
is
am.
this?
I'm trying to shit on it.
Anime Expo in LA.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're at $210. Haven't walked in.
Anaheim, right?
Then you got to buy food.
$100.
I don't know.
That's it. That's awesome.
I don't know.
For the
100.
ticket.
Let's say $100 for 3 days worth of food.
That's undershooting it a lot, but
How much do you think?
Oh, let's see.
maybe just for you, it's
For
not.
me, yeah.
that's
I mean,
not bad actually.
Say $100.
yes,
Is
that's
that fair?
That's
I want to
fair.
be fair.
I would say
So you're
yes.
at $310 and you haven't seen anything yet.
You couldn't drink yet though, could you? Or you could.
I was 20, so
Okay.
I could not drink.
So I'll leave it at $100 because you can't drink. Because if you can drink, you're going to spend $200.
I would say
Yeah.
I would say I probably spent $150 for food that whole
$150.
okay. visit.
So we're at where are we at? We're at
This is your fucking whatever.
300. Let's say we're at $350 now, and you
For just
haven't-
being there.
What are we talking about?
I'm listening.
Oh, okay.
Get your calculator out and help me, you asshole. $350. You haven't seen anybody.
Right.
So during that Comic-Con, did you go get anything from anyone?
No.
Okay, that one was that you did not wait in any long
That was
lines?
my first con. I didn't even really know what that
What that was,
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
So probably $350 round trip. You think you didn't buy a bunch of...
Oh, as far as buying collectibles, I did buy
I'm sure you
collectibles,
did.
absolutely.
But collectibles are resellable, so I'm not going to count that.
Sure.
You might make your money back.
Sure.
So you're at $350. That's not too bad.
Right.
That's more than I would ever spend to go to something like that. That's just my...
It's fair.
How much did you spend out of pocket to go on tour somewhere?
Nowhere. Nothing. I always came back ahead. I wouldn't go.
Okay,
If they were like, hey, here's what it's going to be, you're going to have to come out $500, I'm like, I'm not going to go play music on the road for people and give money. No way.
Veering away from the negativity of conventions.
This is what I'm here to be.
Because, yes, conventions can be expensive to go to. But I think Jesse definitely said something that hit home with me. It is a experience that you can go to get away from the norm that you go through every day around other people who love the nerd culture that we all do. And I think that and the camaraderie that you get out of that and the positivity that you get out of that is a lot of fun. And also the amount of really fucking cool art and things that you can see at conventions, because you can rent out your own space in a convention, whether you're a professional or not. And you can sell your art. You can do whatever you want in those booths,
right?
And that's really cool. I love seeing that art. We met Borden, right? Mm-hmm. We met him at Planet Comic Con.
My friend Keel.
Yeah, my friend Kevin. I met him at NakaCon.
You're not gonna know who any of these people are.
They're artists.
The cool thing I like is that the area of the convention where you are mingling, so to speak, it's like a flea market meets a craft show. I mean, you could go there and see things related to nerd culture. People make posters or pictures of Boba Fett. But then you can go to the stand and they make mead
horns. The mead
like
horns.
Viking mead horns. Like, I would have never thought I would have wanted one. And I instantly was like, I need one of those when I saw it.
So you have a mead horn now?
I don't. But
I thought you bought. I was like, show me
want
the
so
mead horn,
bad.
bro.
Every time, you know what I haven't done yet? And I'd say this every year.
Bought a mead horn.
No.
Oh, second.
Samurai sword. I still don't have
Oh,
one.
yeah.
One day.
Yeah, one day. Well, Planet Comic Con was canceled this year, unfortunately.
Everything was
Everything was
canceled.
I know, but
canceled.
And that happened. It was like a week and a half before the convention.
Barely a week and a half.
It was like a week and a half before the convention, and Kansas City decided that they were going to go into a quarantine.
They just decided that
which is probably a great thing, honestly. At the time, we were all like, shit, this sucks, blah, blah, blah. Now I look back at it, I'm like, man, am I fucking glad they did that.
Yeah.
So, that I think that was the right move. But it just sucks because we really look forward to that. All three of us and our spouses and stuff, we all go every year.
Yeah.
And it's great. We love it because the hotel we usually stay at is right across the street from the convention center. We go the night before. We park in a parking garage that's right in the middle of everything.
We do a lot of cocaine and.
Whoa, hey. Yeah, that's true. We do a lot of cocaine.
We don't do cocaine, not sponsored. And
cocaine
who is sponsored by cocaine?
Hold on. You guys
I don't
lost
know.
me when you're talking about the con, but now we're talking about illicit drugs before. You should have
I
told me.
don't know who illicit.
Oh, are you in now?
Well, yeah. I don't have a regular jobby job. I can get messed up anytime I want to.
We do not promote the use of crack cocaine here at the Digital Bath
Speak for
Podcast.
Unless you want to.
For your health.
I wouldn't recommend crack. I would stray from the crack.
The Kraken.
Look, if you want to do crack, do a little crack.
I'm the minority in this room apparently right now, so
No,
I'm
that'd
the
be
minority.
Jesse, what's your feelings on crack?
Please don't do crack.
It's bad.
Unless you want to.
Very bad.
It's very bad, okay?
Like, start with a little bit of crack, work your way up to a lot of crack.
Hold on now, guys.
Kinda like
Let me tell
cons.
you something real quick about... I'm just kidding.
What is this podcast right now? What have we
having
evolved
Created a
into?
monster.
The hyena loves the cocaine. Cocaina.
What's one experience you have, Dakota, that you can remember?
Not cocaine related.
I remember that homeless guy trying to pick a fight with me.
That's again, we're going to the bad parts of convention.
Were you in costume at that point?
No.
Dude, I remember looking at this and being like, if something happens, I'm jumping right in with you.
to beat up a homeless
Yeah.
guy.
Like, I just remember looking at this guy and be like, okay, if Dakota goes in for it, or if this guy goes in for it, I'm jumping the fuck in and let's take care of this dude.
But no, I don't know. I always find something at con, that I bring back and I add to what I have, and there's a lot of good memories attached to it, and I think that's the biggest part is that because I have the memory of a goldfish, so I get.
Oh, that makes more sense. I thought you were talking about like a specific memory of a singular goldfish.
I have a memory of a goldfish.
His name was Harry.
I was like, that what you got last time? Was a goldfish?
no.
You got robbed.
I can't remember shit. So when I get stuff from con, it's easier for me to remember certain things that happen throughout. So I've been a huge Black Adam Shazam fan for a long time now, and finally got my hands. I've been waiting for the right time. There's certain, if you're an avid comic book fan, there's certain books you want. But usually you want to try and get them at the right time, right price, condition. So I finally found one that was at the right, met all the right marks for me. So I got my hands on first DC Comics appearance of Black Adam. And that was a really big deal for me because that was one of those books I never thought I was going to get. And so...
Is it one of those things that's going to go up as time goes on? Like,
we'll see. I mean, it's a 40-year-old comic. It came out in the 70s. And I got it graded. That was a new experience for me. Came back at a 7 point what?
Nothing.
7 point what?
7.5.
Oh, okay.
Just to get cool, rare stuff like that you don't always see. But also just seeing the weird-ass shit, too.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen a lot of real weird stuff, gotten some shady stuff, gotten some contacts just from a guy in a jar, like, at a booth, because I needed some for a cosplay.
The guy wasn't in the jar, but the contents were in the jar.
Contents or contacts?
The contacts.
Eye contact.
Yeah.
Yes, eye contacts.
That'd be cool with guys in the jar, though.
And they were so shady. I wore them like one more time, like 6 months later for Halloween. And when I took them out that night, they instantly hardened in my fingers.
I'm surprised you didn't lose like the color in your eye or something like that. Just pulling them out. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, that was your gluttony cosplay, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Where people were like, this woman was like, "Are you Kane from WWE?" And I was like, I looked at him. I had a ball cap. I just looked. I was like, "Yeah, bro, I'm Kane from WWE." Like, I don't want to explain.
Yeah,
this
kind
to
of.
you.
I am. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, come on, let's get a picture.
So, Kris, let me ask you, is there a childhood hero or a person from your past, whenever, that if you had the chance to go see them for, let's say, $20,
20?
let's say 20, is there anyone out there that could draw your attention like
No.
that?
Really?
It doesn't work like that for me. Almost swallowed my gum. I feel, and this is coming from,
a place of negativity.
well, they all do. I toured, and it was a regional. We weren't ever.
We get
like,
it. You were in a band, okay?
Yeah. Okay. Cool. You go to cons. Shut up. Anyway, so like we had people that would want autographs and stuff. They're like, "What does it cost?" I'm like, "What does it cost? Nothing. Hand me something. Give me a marker. I don't give a shit. I'll sign what? Oh, sign my girlfriend's boob. Okay. Like, what is that? It's free. I don't care. Whatever. But like, if you've like my almost answer until you said it costs money was Sigourney Weaver.
Okay.
Like,
I almost said that. Holy shit.
she's my childhood.
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver was the first final girl that I knew of. And I mean, it's horror, survival, whatever, sci-fi.
Mm-hmm.
But Sigourney Weaver has always been a badass to me. In every Alien movie that she's in, she's fucking badass to me. But I wouldn't pay $20 to see her.
Would you pay $20 if she was at an event that you had to pay to get in, but there were tons of other things that were at this event? She just happened to be there.
But I still had to pay $20 to see her.
To get into
in.
the event.
To get into the event.
So they could afford to get these people there.
If I had to pay $20 to get into the event, it's a possibility. But I would need someone else to be like, I'm going, I want you
Sure.
to go with me.
I'm just wondering if there's a price at which you would then maybe do it. That's what I'm getting
Someone
at.
else paying for it is my price.
Damn.
Like, I'm so lonely. I'm going to go to this Comic-Con. Come with me. I'll pay for you.
And-
All right, man, whatever.
But yeah, so that kind of leads into when you go to conventions and you want to meet stars and
Oh, yeah.
actors, it costs money. That's how they get paid to be there. Kris, what you do, certain things cost money, right?
Right. But
Right. It's no. It's worth money, right? Yes. Right.
Other people.
to other people.
Correct.
Not to me.
Right.
Your
Merch?
no, you're
Situation.
no. You're not pushing it, but you're enabling it.
Oh, you're enabling it.
You're an enabler.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give you what you want if you give me what I want.
Okay. Exactly.
Right.
So these actors and actresses, they do something for a living.
Right.
And one of those things is, of course,
Acting.
acting, right? So they go, They go to the convention. They need to get paid for their time being there. They need to talk to people.
They're going to act like they're okay with meeting you.
Exactly. Yeah,
Totally.
kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Give me $40. Yeah, you're a cool guy. Cool.
And that's the reason.
Let me fake elbow you in the head in a picture.
Woo! Oh, that picture's amazing. That picture's amazing.
Plus, you split the cost by having all of you in it at the same time, right?
And that is another way to kind of do that because they allow usually 4 people in a picture with a single actor or a few of them. So you can split the cost between you all, and then you can all go in there and take a picture.
I think the big thing is that every celebrity is a person, right?
Right.
There are shitty people.
Human beings.
There are awesome people.
Right.
I have met actors and actresses who, at the end of the day, it was maybe, yes, a waste of my money. I got a signature. It sits on my shelf. But then there's people that you meet that made a difference in your life. I met Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman from the animated series.
The prolific voice of Batman.
The prolific voice. I mean, his voice has been my image of Batman every time I read a comic.
Right.
He was one of the greatest renditions in video game form.
For sure.
And he is a very down-to-earth man.
That's cool.
I do feel that every person he did meet, he was very thankful that people even wanted to meet him and talk to him. And it was a great experience for me to be able to actually meet this person and say, you shaped what I thought was a hero, what I thought are the true values of a human being. I didn't learn that from the Bible. I didn't learn that from, somewhere else. I learned it from your voice in a cartoon show. So
Batman is Jesus. Got
it. So I got some type of, maybe not accomplishment, but it was nice to finally say thank you to somebody.
Meet your heroes.
That I felt helped me in a way. And these people have never met a lot of their fans, and so that to me was worth whatever dollar I paid. I think it was $30 for the autograph, but it was worth it for me.
Yeah, when Kevin Smith was supposed to be there, and he almost missed his flight, and so that was leading up the night before, or the first night of Planet One Year, and he ended up being late, and then he was only supposed to speak for like an hour.
Oh, his one-man show that he did?
Yeah, and he talked for 3 hours, and I just sat there and absorbed everything he said until he finally walked off stage, because Kevin Smith was someone that I looked up to, the movies he made, and kind of, the way he made his own path and all that. So
prolific.
Yeah, for me.
Just keep saying that.
Well, no, for me, honestly, it was. He's one of my favorite filmmakers.
For sure.
And
what's your favorite Kevin Smith film?
Oh, Chasing Amy.
Chasing Amy.
Yeah, bro.
That's a really good movie.
Mm-hmm.
No, I agree.
It's underrated. It's really underrated.
And then Clerks 2, right? So like the debauchery just
Clerks 2 over Clerks 1. Huh.
Yeah.
Really?
Interesting.
Huh.
I love Mallrats.
So do
Mallrats
is amazing.
And also
Dogma?
Yeah, I was going to say Alanis Morissette is God, but yeah, Dogma. Yeah.
But so to see people like that you look up to is really cool. Meeting Ron Perlman was a cool highlight. And what?
I just remembered he signed my Alien 3 movie.
Yeah.
Was that as a joke that you did that?
You know what was cool about it? Someone brought him right before me, brought up the Sleeping Beauty TV show.
Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast.
That's my first experience with Ron Perlman, and so you're welcome,
He could have been like, are you kidding me? But he was like, that's awesome.
I'm glad. Old school right there.
He was like, that's cool that you found me through this show. I thank you so much. I was like,
right.
What?
Yeah, it doesn't matter to most of them how you found them. The fact that you just appreciate anything they did, they're usually super appreciative of that. They're
just
like
a giant cat man.
Yeah, it was always.
You guys, we didn't get a life-changing experience, but we got to meet Stan Lee.
I feel like that's really cool because he's. Obviously he's gone now, but Stan Lee just seems like a genuinely cool person.
Yeah, and it's all because of Nick, honestly. Like, that wouldn't have been possible, except for Nick realized that he could have just bought one pass and gotten him and his wife in, but they bought one equally, so they got to get us in on a photo.
That's cool.
So, and we didn't really get to talk to him, that much. We didn't get to interact with him, but, we got to meet the greatest, comic book creator of all time. Mm-hmm. And it was, those are experiences that are going to be with us forever.
I have an autograph of him of the original first appearance of the Dark Phoenix and all this other stuff. And Michelle has the 100th issue of Spider-Man that she has signed by him, and we all got a picture with him. while it, like you said, it wasn't like the most like life-changing experience because he couldn't say much because, I mean, even with fast passes, the wait was like 3 hours for people.
Yes.
And
Sorry, I just made that was insane face. I can't wait 3 hours to meet
Well,
anybody.
we didn't wait that, luckily. We didn't wait that long. At least Michelle and I didn't. I don't remember.
I think we might have waited an hour at most.
Maybe an hour. And then getting the picture, that was quick too.
Because you guys got in. Well, I think we all did fast passes that year, so we might not have had to wait that long.
So you pay extra money to not have to wait in lines as long as people who are poorer than you.
Yes.
I legit
pay to win.
There are some. Yeah, there was a year where I had a fast pass, and it was the same year Kevin Smith was there and Jason Mewes was there, and he had 70+ people in his line, and I was just like, "Excuse me," showed my lanyard, and just immediately got up, got him to sign my copies, chasing Amy, took a couple quick photos with him, and I was out.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucked up, but I don't.
It
care.
is kind of fucked up. I will say there are some bigger, like Stephen Amell when he was there.
Arrow?
Yeah,
Wow, I know shit I don't know.
yeah. He
They have their own packages.
they have. Well, no, Stephen Amell didn't have his own
I'm sorry.
package.
Okay.
But what he did, instead of just having every fast pass go in front of everybody, he did one at a time. So he would do a fast pass, regular badge, fast pass, regular badge. So it
What an
wasn't
asshole.
as okay.
All those people who paid that extra money having to wait for
They
the normies.
they still had less of a line to wait in than
They
the rest
did.
of the normie.
They did.
So.
I'm still being an asshole about it.
But yeah, I mean, I think the ones that I met that I had the best memories of is first and foremost Steve Bloom.
Mm-hmm.
I met him twice, both with Jesse here. We met him in NakaCon back in 2012, 2011.
13 maybe.
Was it 2013?
Might have been, yeah.
And at NakaCon, and that one was very memorable because we got there pretty early and the line was really long. We waited hour and a half, and we were getting pretty close, maybe 5-6 people in front of us, and there's still probably 20 minutes left for in the time frame that they gave, and all of a sudden they cut the line off. The con cut the line off, and you had all these people just really pissed off, and Steve Bloom, even like from what we heard, was even like, I have like 20 minutes left, you know, what's going on. So he told the convention, no, you're going to let the rest of these people in and I'll talk to him and sign things for him. And we ended up still being able to go in and talk to him. And he didn't just like say, hey, here's your stuff, goodbye. No, we had a legit conversation with him for a while. Me, Jesse, and my wife, Michelle, all got autographs, all got pictures. And it was just a great experience overall. And then fast forward to last year, Planet Comic-Con was the last year, right?
Yeah, it was last year.
2019. It seems like so long ago.
Yeah,
now.
right. Last year, Planet Comic-Con, we get to meet him again, and I ended up going up to him first. I think you guys were meeting someone else at the
I
time,
believe so, yeah.
and I went up to him and I told him, hey, you know, I know you don't remember this, but I saw you at NakaCon, blah 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 blah. Well, his fiance is one of my favorite video game vocalists ever, Mary Elizabeth McGlynn from the Silent Hill games. So if you ever listen to the Silent Hill soundtracks, the woman who sings is his fiance.
I love her.
Yes, I love her too.
more than Steve Bloom.
That's fine. She's amazing. She's a treasure.
She's a treasure.
She's
She's
a
also
treasure.
major in Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, she's major in Ghost in the Shell. She's
No matter what, it's not enough to fill my heart.
But I told him how much, like, hey, you need to get her over here with you, and I'd love to meet her, you know, telling him how much I loved her, and he was like, wow, man, you know, that actually means a lot to both me, and I know it'd mean a lot to her. Tell you what, she's not feeling very good. She's kind of been down in the dumps, and she feels kind of sick right now. Take a video with me, and I'll send it to her. And I was like, fuck yeah. So I got to take a video with Steve Bloom and send it to his fiancee, Mary Elizabeth McGlynn, about like how much, you know, what both him and her have done in my life and in my past, in my nerd fandom throughout the years. And it was a great experience to be able to talk about. And then Jesse, the day after, had a similar experience.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I basically told him, you know, I love Silent Hill as well.
Mhm.
And he was in one of Logic's album as a voice actor, basically. And so I told him, you know, I had him sign my Logic album because he's on the album cover.
My idea.
It's a good idea.
That was a good idea. Good job,
and,
Dakota.
and he was talking about Logic, and, you know, I was telling him, you know, I just read his book, and, you know, I really like what you did in the CD, and he's like, well, why don't you send a video to him too? And I was
To
like,
Bobby.
To Bobby is what he said. Yeah, I sent it to Bobby, and I'm like, to Bobby Hall, Logic, and he's like, yeah, just say whatever you want to say. And so I was just geeking out.
Yeah, dude.
I was like, oh my god, I just sent a video to Logic. But it was super cool, and yeah, it just those kinds of things are what make your fans appreciate you, and it's a good.
I feel like Steve Bloom
experience.
takes a bunch of videos and then goes, "Yeah, I'll send it." Delete.
I mean, you didn't have to do that.
Oh yeah, they don't feel good. How about video? He's just constantly like, "Look at this fucking idiot."
I think
Maybe he saves them all and like plays them later at home. Watch.
Like, look at this idiot right here.
I think it'd be funny if, like, since he was in the video with Nick, if, like, yeah, man, that was awesome. That'd be $35.
Hey, give me some money.
You don't get to actually meet is it wife or fiance at the time?
They're married now.
Well,
at the time they were engaged.
Fiancé.
Fianca.
You don't get to actually meet my fiancé, but $35 to send her a video.
That's funny.
Yeah. Go on.
One thing I think you would enjoy out of a convention is there are tons of nostalgic things there. I mean, you see old movie posters.
Slap bracelets.
Yeah, actually, there's
Cool.
slap bracelets.
I was just thinking the things that I'm nostalgic about.
Is that really what you're nostalgic
I
about?
love slap bracelets, bro. You don't even know.
I'm going to get you a slap bracelet.
Sweet.
I'm going to get you one. But
Neon green.
neon green, you got it.
No, I'm saying, is there a lot of neon green at the convention?
Yeah, but it's just all neon green.
I don't know.
Fucking dope. I feel like going.
You should go.
I should.
You should go. But I was just going to say that there's tons
You
of
paying?
things.
What's up?
No.
Damn.
No, you got to pay for yourself.
Bullshit.
I'll get you a drink. Woo! But
That's like half the cost of the fucking ticket.
there you go. There's tons of toys from the past, so like you'll be looking at stuff and you'll be like, I had that toy, and probably you don't have to buy them obviously, but it's so fun to be like, I remember this. I have a lot of memories with this, and just going around and with your friends and being like, do you remember that? That was really fun.
Is there a dude with a bunch of McDonald's toys?
Yeah, of course. Of course. Yeah, you want the Inspector Gadget guy? You got him.
Yep, Transformers, Legos,
Did you have the
McDonald's
Transformers
toys.
McDonald's toys? Did you ever see those?
I
Yeah,
never
yeah,
had
I had some of those.
I had those. Yep. The fries and the
Yeah.
head popped out and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The burger.
Yeah, the burger.
Shake. Yeah.
The shake?
You
You
can
just
make like
making
a little,
stuff up now?
Yeah, no,
Master Shake.
You remember the onion nugget one?
I remember the mixed spaghetti one.
Yeah, man, that was crazy.
McPizza.
Turned into you like bought it and then you went to eat it. It turned into a failure because it sucked.
The other two I met that were really big on my list was Kris Sabat and Sean
Everybody's really
Schemmel.
big on your list, buddy.
Huh.
Is it because he's small?
It's because I'm
lit?
short.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a weird joke.
Anyway,
I get it.
Kris Sabat and Sean Schemmel, so the voices of American voice actors for Goku and Vegeta of Dragon Ball Z. That was for me.
Classic.
That was huge. I loved it.
Who invited Kris this?
But yes, getting to meet them and talk to them, like you were saying, about
Paying to meet them.
how
Continue.
they were able to, just influence how I enjoy anime, because that was my gateway anime, of course, like it is with most people from the States.
Ninja Scroll. Go ahead.
And being able to just chit chat with them about their characters and where they got their, where they got influenced from, and how they created the voices after, going through the motions of trying to mimic what Ocean Dub did with them. And it was just a really cool experience. And then getting a couple pictures doing like the Big Bang Attack and the Kamehameha Wave with them, with my signed life-size Dragon Balls. It was a really cool experience. But yes, those were my two favorite, aside from Steve Bloom. Jesse, what was your all-time favorite?
I mean, I think I already said it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I have Troy Baker and not Christopher Nolan. Nolan, I do this all the time.
Yeah.
Nolan North.
Christopher Nolan North.
Both of them together were great to meet as well.
Mhm.
They also, I think, appreciate people. Troy Baker is the voice of Joel in The Last of Us, and many other characters. And Nolan North, of course, is Nathan Drake in Uncharted, and Deadpool in the animated stuff.
Mhm.
But yeah, they both were great.
What about the Bioshock? He was in the Bioshock.
Nolan North?
No.
Troy Baker? Oh, in the Infinite one?
Oh, Bioshock
Well,
Infinite.
that's like supposed to be the best one.
I think
you
one's still the
did
best
this
one.
thing.
In the
You did
Infinite
You
one?
did the.
In the
Yeah,
Infinite-
he is the.
One is the
Booker.
best one. I did like Bioshock Infinite a lot more than a lot of other people did, though. So,
Interesting.
but one still is the best.
Yeah, he is Booker as well in Bioshock.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Infinite.
Troy,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, it's okay. Troy Baker is also one of the bassists in the Silent Hill band. That
That's what he's known for, actually.
you
Yeah.
know it's not, but that blew my fucking mind when I found that out. And he knows Mary Elizabeth McGlynn and all of them, so I had him sign my Silent Hill box set of all of the CDs that I have, and he
plays the bass on some of those songs in that album.
Yes,
that's cool.
Yep,
it is pretty cool.
Well, something else you do at conventions is that there are panels.
Yeah, that's cool.
Where you can go and listen to them talk, and that's just included in the price of going to the convention.
So it's free after you pay for admission.
Yes.
But then if you want to personally say, hi, I'm Dakota, I love your shit, you have to give them money.
No, actually, I've gone up to Robbie Amell, who is the cousin of Stephen Amell, and actually just went and shot the shit with him for about 10-15 minutes.
What's he in?
He's an actor.
Okay.
He's an actor.
I thought maybe he was just like, I'm the cousin of...
I'm just here for more...
I'm Arrow's cousin, man. What's up?
I knew you were going to do that. I was like...
That's where I thought you were going. I'm like,
Chris kind of was like...
yeah, man, I met
fucking Stan Lee's...
I met Stan Lee's barber's cousin once.
I met Mickey Moranis.
But no, you can, you can still just go up to people and talk to them, too. You don't have to, if you're not getting a picture or
That is true. I've never done that, actually.
How are you going to... But you can't, circumvent the line of people who are there to see him, right?
Well, people... to be honest, his line wasn't, as long as some of the others, but he's in... He was in Flash. He's been in multiple, CW shows. He's been in movies, things like that. So, it was just... he was a celebrity, and so I just went up and talked to him for a little bit because there was nobody in his line at the time. So...
okay, favorite panel?
That Troy Baker, Nolan
John Barrowman had to be the most...
Oh my God,
when the stage fell?
Yes, John Barrowman is from Doctor Who and Torchwood.
And Arrow.
And Arrow. Yes, I'm sorry. I sometimes forget he's in that.
He's one of the best characters.
He's one of the best characters.
Yes.
You know what people love about Doctor Who?
Who?
I don't know. I'm hoping you'll tell me.
Oh, what?
I don't understand it at all.
Okay.
It's entertaining.
Well, we'll have a podcast about it. So John Barrowman's panel.
Oh my gosh,
that's one of my favorites as well.
He came out in a
dress, right?
Kind of it was like a onesie, wasn't it? Or it had a tutu on it or something.
It was like a muumuu.
Yes, it was a muumuu.
Oh, he had leggings on it. You're right. It was like a normal. Yes.
The guy couldn't sit still for more than 2 minutes, and he was just dancing and jumping around and energetic, and it was really entertaining to watch.
Yep.
So much that the backdrop literally almost fell on him.
Like a 20-foot tall backdrop.
And he jumped off the stage to get away from it. It was crazy. And then he started laughing after it was all said and done. And he got back up on the stage and just kept going.
Well, and he thought that someone had actually gotten
hurt.
Hit.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Hey, we need to get someone here right now. Who do you have?" He made sure they were taken care of, and then he went back.
Sounds like a super nice guy.
He is. Super flamboyant. It was amazing. The story about his. What was it? The
people that sent him the dildo?
Yes, that was it.
No, they gave it to him at a con.
They gave it to him at a con.
So it sits on his mantle.
Yep.
So I don't mean this in a negative sense, but when you say flamboyant, are you meaning he's a homosexual or okay?
Yeah, he's homosexual.
But you can be flamboyant and be straight.
True.
Sure. Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
What was he saying? So
that wasn't directed at you, by the way.
What do they call those people?
Obviously.
What do they call those people that use their words to tell what the person's saying to people that are deaf?
Oh, they do sign language. What are they called? What are they called?
Translator?
Translator.
Yes.
Yeah.
What word was he saying that so the translator kept having to do bullshit or something funny like that?
Oh yeah. He just kept. I thought he just kept saying random cuss words.
He might have.
Yeah, I think he was just oh, you have to sign that. Okay, sign this, and he just started saying that, and
he was definitely one of the most, and not even my favorite celebrity, but one of the most entertaining people just to watch for sure.
Yep. That one and probably the Kind of Funny podcast. One was crazy.
Chaotic.
It was chaotic. They were
a whole school size. It was the biggest possible can you can get of ravioli.
Or no, tomato sauce.
Tomato sauce. And this guy had to get it open himself. And someone in the crowd was like, "Here's a knife I have," and he cut it open and he drank the whole thing.
Yeah. They were drunk, clearly on stage.
Yeah.
He made a little kid cry. Greg Miller made a little
kid
cry. Not on purpose. Not on purpose. He was messing with them.
It was kind of really fucking funny, though.
It was really funny.
It was because his dad was with them, and yeah.
Yeah. Well, he ended up bringing the kid on stage and having a great time. The kid was like, "Oh, okay, he was just kidding."
Oh no, it's because the kid brought him a picture, and he's like, "Oh, that's fuck that."
He was like, "Fuck your picture."
He's like, buddy, I was just kidding," and he picks him up and brings him on stage.
Yep.
He had a great time.
Oh man, meeting them, that was cool, but it was hectic because they were at this bar. We got to meet them and everything. That was a really good time. But Kris, what would it take for you to come to a convention?
I don't think there's a thing, and I don't mean that in a shitty way.
And that's fine.
That's how it keeps coming out. I don't like paying to meet people, and it bothers me on a not a high level, on a low level. It bothers me in my reptilian brain.
Okay.
Like, people are like, pay to see me. No, fuck you. I don't want to do that.
Okay, that's fine. That's completely fine.
But honestly, you guys love it. You guys do what you want to do with your money. You guys do what you want to do with your time. I think it's great. If you're happy and you feel like it was worth it, then that's what matters. Because I spend my money on dumb shit like blue blocking glasses that I probably don't really need, or a gaming chair that I just spent $250 on that hopefully I like.
Oh, that's pretty important, honestly.
Is it?
Yeah, it's pretty. You want to be comfy.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, no, but
like, that's what I wanted to say that at the end is.
Sure.
I love all three of you. I just gave Dakota a dirty look, but I do love Dakota. He's one of my favorites. Top 3 people in this room right now. I don't know if there's a thing that would convince me, like, this is Kris. They're gonna have the alien queen. You can go look at it. And
from the movie,
they had that Predator there.
They had that Predator there.
Well, one of the GameStop conventions had the actual alien queen on it.
Yeah, it did.
And Joel was like pushing that year. He was like, you should try and be a manager. And I was like,
they had an alien egg there too, where you could go into the alien egg and play Alien Isolation inside of the alien egg, completely completely isolated from everybody else. It was fucking dope.
But you didn't have to pay to do that.
No,
that's different.
No,
but like if they were like, oh, we've got the alien queen from Aliens movie 1986, you can come see it. I'd be like, that's pretty cool. But then I wouldn't give a shit. Like after I thought about it, like I think part of it is every time I've met someone that is a star or is super popular, they usually don't live up to that. And maybe that's what's changed me as a person. Because I met Billy Corgan from
Billy Corgan, yeah.
I met Billy Corgan when I was 12 years old, and he was the biggest asshole I've ever met.
Billy Corgan's one of the biggest assholes ever. Like,
I was 12. This is when Siamese Dream just came out. No one knew.
Yeah.
And he was an asshole. I got the autograph of everybody else in the band, including the dead keyboardist, Kris something or other. But I would not go meet Billy Corgan because I heard him being mean to people, and I was like, 12-year-old me was like, I don't want to deal with that. And maybe that's what's happened is I've met the guy from Cannibal Corpse. I can't think of his name right now.
What about famous
Corpse
people,
Grinder?
though?
Corpse Grinder. He's pretty famous. He's one of the big 4 of death metal. You know, in my realm, that's important. And he was an asshole. And I mean, he's known for being an asshole. So maybe I just need to quit worrying about meeting assholes.
That's what most people should not worry about.
But I feel like at a con I'm going to meet a bunch of assholes. Maybe that's what I'm afraid of.
It's possible, I guess. Especially with your personality, I'm sure you would attract them.
I'm going to try and beat up Deadpool first thing.
There's a lot of those there.
Of course there are.
I love going. I love the experience. I love the memories that they create. Being able to hang out with friends and, make those types of interactions that you'll remember for a lifetime. I love that. I love that stuff and wouldn't trade it. Being able to see my friends in costume and everyone wanting to ask to take pictures with them. It's a cool experience for me. I don't think I would ever just stop going unless I couldn't afford it anymore. I think I'm going to try to go every year as many times as I have the opportunity to. Not this year, I know. So, any last thoughts, guys?
There's more than just comic conventions. That's all we talked about. But there's horror movie conventions. A big one is Crypticon.
Crypticon's cool.
And then, of course, you have... there's conventions for anything. A gun show is technically a convention. Yep. You can find things for your interests. The reason I think Planet Comic Con does so well is because they hit a wide range of audiences. They have wrestlers there, which isn't technically a very nerdy topic, but they have wrestlers there. They've had prominent musicians there. Run DMC was there. I mean, he had a comic coming out, but still,
Mm-hmm.
They've had people just in the pop culture realm show up. So I think that's why it hits more people than just the comic book fan. But yeah, I'd say if you find something cool, go to it.
I agree.
So that was Rev Run? Like Reverend Run?
No, it was DMC.
It was DMC.
Oh, okay. I was confused. Cool. I just didn't know.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, if you ever have the opportunity to go, I suggest going. It's a lot of fun if you want to cosplay.
Yeah, don't talk to Kris about it though after you go.
Yeah, don't ever do that.
Hey, Jesse brought me some cool stuff.
Guys, we appreciate you listening tonight. Love you all. Thank you so much for listening. If you made it this far,
You're a saint.
we commend you, and you deserve an award.
I didn't even make it this far.
Can we get a pin?
Yeah, if you made it this far, drop a comment on our Facebook and
We'll
let
draw
us.
a shitty pin and give it.
Yeah,
to
we'll draw a pen and give it to you, but you have to explain in detail what happened.
I
So
feel like you're going to have to use a pen to draw a pen.
Mhm.
Like that is
like
some...
an EN to an IN.
pen to a pin.
Oh, I thought you were going to use a pen to draw a pen. And I was like, you're just using ink to draw a...
Guys, this is the Digital Bath Podcast signing out.
Bye.